What's up, everybody? It's Box Office Banter, and welcome to episode, wait, I got it, I promise, 37! We've almost broke 40 episodes, guys. Thanks for coming with us on this journey as we dredge through all the muck and get ourselves to the top. Yes, baby. My daughter's over here talking to me. But thanks for coming. We're doing the Notebook, of course. This is the other part. I don't know if it's the second half or first half, depending on how we release it. But the second half to our Valentine's Day, it's going to be released kind of around there, February 12th, I believe, is when it's going to come out. And it's going to be the woman's version. And then we have the men's version, which is True Romance. So enjoy both of those. And guys, believe it or not, The Notebook is the first movie I did in my new notebook. It almost felt meant to be. I went to go start writing my shit down in my notebook, and I was out of room. I was out of room, dude. I was like, I got to open up my new notebook. It's like a new page. It's like I was turning over a new leaf. It was just a beautiful thing, guys. I'm sorry. It touched my heart. Who wants to go?
So the movie starts off with the slow motion
RoboCop, yeah.
Yeah, in the silhouette of it, like in the pond or whatever. Oh, it's beautiful.
Silhouette, dude. That was a great word.
The old man goes to the nursing home.
It touched my heart, too.
The old man goes to the nursing home to read to Allie, older Allie, and you find out she has Alzheimer's.
Mm.
Well, you don't figure that out.
Old timer.
Right.
You can kind of.
He's like, come on, the bitch couldn't think.
Because they called the dude.
He just comes straight out. And
they called the old man Duke at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what threw me off. I was like,
because you were like, wait.
Yeah, they were trying to fuck with your head a little bit there. Man, I'll say this much. I like how it's told like a story, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
within the movie.
Story.
It doesn't seem like much, but there is something to that. When it just feels a lot more epic when you have the story going on within the story, the narrator. Well, this one's not really a narrator, but you know, the older, since we pretty much gave all that away now, the older versions of themselves. Talking about the younger versions of themselves. It just makes it a little better to me.
Yeah, and then as Duke is telling the story, Noah meets Allie at the like carnival or whatever it was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And she's she's with another guy or whatever, and he asked her to go on a date, and she just said no. And then she's on the Ferris wheel with that other dude. He just runs and jumps on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling, who plays Noah, he is so smooth in this movie.
Yeah.
He's a freaking cool cat.
I know, but who is going to that extent? I don't give a fuck if you're Ryan Gosling or
love
not.
at first sight,
He's
man.
like, I'm slipping. I don't give a shit.
He hung there.
Yeah, dude, I don't know about it. I'm calling movie magic on this one. Well, of course, but you know what I mean. And I like how they kind of had it to where Allie was kind of warding him off at first. How it wasn't just like that quick thing. Noah had to get creative and almost fall to his death to get her. God, women are hard, dude. Jesus Christ.
You got to do what you got to do.
I would never do that. Rachel McAdams, though, looking stunning as always.
Throughout the whole movie.
Oh, my Lanta.
It's crazy she did this movie and Mean Girls in the same year.
Oh, yeah, Hot Chick had to have been around that time, too.
That was 2012.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Or 2008.
I saw that in middle school, son.
No.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I saw it in theaters.
Rodney, do you know what year it is now?
It's 2017, right?
Yeah.
No.
I wish.
Yeah, but weird tactics from Noah's character, dude. And can you blame Allie for turning him down initially? Like, if I was in that situation and say, like, of course I'm married now, but like back when I was on that single grind, if a chick did something that outlandish to me, I'm like, she probably belongs in an insane asylum, so I'm not gonna call her back. Like, yes, I didn't want to see you die, so I said, fucking, yeah, sure, but don't die. Like, that's one of those things. Like, he shouldn't be surprised when he's like, but you said. Like, no, motherfucker, I didn't want to see you plummet to your death.
Plummet? I like
Plummet, comet. We were bringing out the Malibus like most wanted a couple weeks ago, so that works.
But then, yeah, they finally do go on a date.
Yeah.
Which Allie's friend kind of tricked her into it. You can kind of tell when they both walk up. Allie was talking to her, and you can tell she's like, "What the fuck? You didn't tell me it was gonna be him."
And Noah's over there like,
"Yeah,
what's up, girl? Got you, babe."
But then after they go to see a movie, and then after the movie, what was his name, Finn, and the girl he
Yeah,
was with
Finn.
drive off, and Allie.
They go for a walk.
They go for a walk, and they end up like laying in the middle of the street.
I love that scene.
Yeah.
She's like, "What do we do if a car comes?" He's like, "We die."
Yeah. Did anybody get Snow Patrol vibes? You know what Snow Patrol is? The song that If I Lay Here,
Yeah,
if I
Chasing
just
Car.
lay
I have no idea.
here. She got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have Bethany Koyman on the couch over here watching us.
Yeah, she's about to join.
Yeah, I
About
think
to
she
get
might
up.
jump into this. Also, I wanted to ask Rodney, since he's a movie historian, do you know what movie they were watching from the 50s?
Who?
what movie are we talking about?
No.
Never mind. All right, pass.
Hold on. What are you talking about?
The date they saw a
the
movie.
theater.
I actually looked it up and couldn't figure it out, but I was like, maybe Rodney likes black and white shit. So
Oh, dude, I don't even remember the movie that they were watching. I wasn't focused on the movie.
I was
not
looking at
like the
Rachel
Notebook. I wasn't
McAdams.
focused on the movie.
Do you
that
know
they
what
were
movie it
watching.
was?
I don't.
Oh,
I actually
okay.
tried to look it up. I put some effort into it, and I was like, no. And dude, honestly, there's something to Noah's persistence, dude, that I think would pay off eventually. That or a restraining order, but one or the other.
Girls like that, Bethany. Do girls like that?
Like what?
Noah being that persistent and not giving up and just
like to that
Making us
extent,
move.
though, where they're like,
No, but they do.
So play hard to get.
where
do
like,
guys have to play hard to get?
Kind of.
Kind of.
It's a game. It's
Where-
a game from both ends.
where they're.
Okay.
I don't know about it. I think it's just a game.
You wanna jump in
Guys
now?
are like, you like? Yeah, cool. Women are like, there's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. What the fuck I was about to say? Where am I at? That done threw me off. Tyler threw in the wrench there.
Hi.
Yo, this is Bethany Koyman here. You want to be like, yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up?
There it is. Boom.
Here I am.
Yeah, where are we?
I know, right?
I have no
Completely
notes.
lost it.
They were in the street.
Yeah, they're in the street. Okay.
You guys all have notes. I have no notes.
So you're just going off memory.
Yeah.
When's the
It's
last
all in
time
my
you
brain.
When's the last time you saw it?
I don't know. A few months ago.
Okay, well, shit, you're fresh. Then you should. You got it. Especially if it's like a favorite. of
Next
yours.
thing I have wrote down is that he was a country boy and she's a city girl. I'm pretty sure the
Country boy
narrator
can't
says
survive.
it, and like they don't agree on much, and they're fighting all the time, but they still work through it. They still
Oh, dude.
love each other.
It shows there's something to that opposites attract.
Their fights
kinda
are
thing.
ruthless too. From what it
Oh
looks
my
like.
God,
she
dude.
beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna legit duke it out, dude.
I just love hearing all of this from the
men's
man's
perspective.
perspective.
Yeah.
I could just sit here and not say a word.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause this
Feel
is
free.
great. No,
feel free
I
to
will-
jump in. Feel
I
free
do
to
not have
listen.
opinions.
Awesome. Yeah, dude.
Then, fuck, why am I forgetting everybody's name? Noah is dropping. I'm wanting to call him Clarence.
We're jumping back to True Romance. Different review there. bud.
Noah's dropping Allie off, and they're like making out in the car, and she's like, "I gotta go," and she runs up onto the porch or whatever, and her dad scares the shit out of her because he's sitting on the fucking in the rocking chair,
That asshole.
and he's like, "You're pretty close with that boy. Invite him over for dinner." So then they have that
dude.
whole dinner scene where
Fuck him.
you
dude.
can tell Noah's just totally out of place, and they end up asking him what he does, and he's like, "I work at the lumber yard."
He said like
And they're
25 cents an hour.
How much you make an hour? He's like 40 cents an hour.
I looked at him like disgusted.
Like,
Yeah,
absolutely
dude.
disgusted.
I know it's a different time, but like, how fucking rude is that? Just to be like, and how much you make, son?
Yeah, but they
Like-
didn't care back then.
Yeah,
back
no,
then it
it's-
was like
that's some fucked up shit, dude. And honestly, something I will say too, since I turned the last page of my notes, and that was like my last little thing. I think this movie encapsulates what it would be like as it jumps from scene to scene in the 50s. At least I wasn't alive in the 50s, obviously, but what I'd imagine it would be like. I feel like it does a pretty good job of that. Watch somebody, one of our viewers that is from the fucking 50s, like, dude, this fucking not at all.
Did
not
anyone
even
read the book?
accurate. Movies didn't exist.
No.
I did not. No. I'm
How
not
different's the book from
a
the
big
movie?
reader, but I am a reader.
It's not super different, but like I feel like the book was sweeter, and they had to make the movie like, I guess, edgier, just
Mm-hmm.
for attention.
Entertainment
Yeah,
purposes.
entertainment. Yeah.
I could see
I
that.
feel that.
They had to dramatize
But they did a
it
good job.
bit.
No, it was exactly the same, except for, I think Allie loses her virginity to Noah
Okay, beforehand.
as teenagers in the book, but in the movie, it's when they meet again.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
she was, I was surprised. She was about to put out in that rundown ass shack.
house.
I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
Ground.
I was like, this is like a classy lady here. It's like, you know, just go to the shack and this is where I live. And like when she kind of stops it at first, I was like, okay. See, I don't remember for sure, but I think it's where she's like, I'm a classy lady. I thought she was going to jump in on some shit. Like, she's
Well,
just
she
like,
knew she
"No."
wasn't going to do that before they even got there.
Yeah, she was like kind of nervous about it. Like, were you thinking about it? Like, well, I was. And, also,
course he
the
was.
whole night was great. Yeah, that kind of fucking thing. That kind of took me off guard, to be honest. I was like, really? Okay, Rachel, get your thing on.
Yeah.
What is next? I don't know why I can't.
Dude, that was definitely an awkward sexual encounter, obviously, dude. I gotta say, on my end, my first time was also not very special. Anybody else have any weird things
I think the first
to
time
share?
I watched this was.
I'm not talking about first time watching the movie. Yeah, so I think like people are bullshitting. Like the first time is so special. Like no, this is like
It's not.
what hole do I put it in? What
Well,
do we
the
do
dog
here?
wouldn't stay still. And it kept trying to run away.
Oh no, dude, I had a similar situation. That was a rough go, dude. Oh my god. And I guess we talk about how old dude runs in like, damn, bro, you gonna run up in here? That's not what he says because obviously he's from the 50s, but I forgot his name, and that's the best I can do on the fly. What's his name? You know,
I don't
dude
know what
ran
you're
in?
talking about.
When they're about to do it,
Oh,
and
his
guy
fin?
breaks in. Shark fin comes in. With his
He's
little
like, they
shark
got the
fin
cops
up.
looking for him.
Yeah, and then when they go
Yeah, yeah.
back, dude, how hard is that got to be from Noah? They literally hear him in the other room, not just talking down on him. They're like, he's
He's
trash.
They said that multiple times.
Trash.
You
Are
could count
kidding?
on all your fingers, like how many times they said was trash.
Bro, I would not be. I wouldn't leave. Like I'd want to like kick in the door or something. Like I'm
No,
trash.
I would just
motherfucker.
walk
I would have just
out.
walked out. Like,
Really?
I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction,
Dude, I couldn't do it.
Because that's what they were.
I don't
That's what
think.
her parents were doing, was trying to drive a wedge in between them.
They wanted him to freak out on them and hit him or something. They
See,
wanted
I-
him to lose his temper.
I mean, that'll help benefit.
That's why they told him to stay.
But
It
if
was like,
he,
just sit right
but
there.
he's already
Yeah.
like,
Listen to what we're about.
he's
to do.
already like, we're done. And I'm not saying I would actually do that, but in my mind, I'd be like, you fucking kidding me, right? You calling me trash? Like, you know I can hear this? What kind of bullshit is this? I'm trash? Which I guess he kind of was. He's making like 25 cents an hour. That's a piece of trash, you know?
40, yeah. 40.
Oh my
Get it
God.
right, Brandon.
Undersold him. Maybe he isn't trash.
But yeah, during that scene, Allie's parents tell her that she can't see him anymore.
Oh, dude, their relationship went south so fast. It was like the apex, and then it just...
And it dropped, and then
just like that in one night.
so yeah, she chases fucking Clarence Noah out of the house, and that's when they have their little fight or whatever. And
He's
they
a
break
gangsta.
up.
His real name's Clarence.
They break up, and he's driving off, and she's like, "Wait, we're not really broke up, are we? Everything's gonna be good tomorrow." And then she wakes up the next morning and sees that stuff's being loaded into the cars, and like she asks her mom what's going on,
Oh
and she's
my
like,
God.
we're moving back.
And you got to remember, they're only 17.
Yeah,
Like,
they're young.
I feel like they're a lot older, but they're only 17.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. It feels like they're in their late 20s.
Undeniably.
Easily.
And then
Because they probably were as actors.
Oh, I'm sure
that's
they
why.
were, yeah.
how rough that was, you know, like you were saying, like reporting that to Finn and then just having to fucking go and not having really a choice. And then he's over there writing her letters, and that bitch mom of hers is just
Yeah.
like, basically like, let's get
They
rid
were
of
teenagers,
these.
and her parents came from money.
Mm-hmm.
They were
weren't having it.
concerned. I
Yeah.
don't blame them.
But to
I blame them. They're
keep
pieces
the-
of
to
shit.
keep the letters, though, I
I
don't know
fucking
if
hate
it's
her
harsh.
parents. Yeah, dude, just like literally every single one. The fact that they're both still not just in love, they're like head over heels in love for each other, and there's no way to know. They both, literally on both ends, think that neither of them give a shit about each other, but they love each other to the point it's unreal. And the thought of like that being blocked and having no idea where they're both, there's just no way. Like, it's not back in the day where you hit up on a phone call or something. Like, it's just, they have no idea that the feelings are on both sides. Those parents were working them over right there, dude. That was hard for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I cried, borderline. I'm just fine. Not really, not yet. Oh God.
But yeah, Allie and her parents move away. So then Noah and Finn end up moving to Atlanta. and then they end up joining the military. And then Finn ends up dying. Yeah. Like they go through like
that's so sad
so many
too.
years really quickly in the movie. Like
rough.
So much happens. But yeah, Finn ends up dying, and then it kind of flashes to Allie, and she's in her 3rd year of college, and she's fallen in love with
Lon.
It's a nurse. As a nurse is what she's in college for.
Oh,
yeah. She was volunteering to be a nurse's aide with the military people who were.
It's almost like Finn died, and they gave birth to this asshole.
I liked his character.
I'm not gonna say I was gonna get to that, but in the moment you can't help but like you're not the right one, Lon.
But he was so
Be
cool
gone,
about it.
He was
Lon.
perfect. It was not his fault.
I was gonna
Yeah,
get to that. We gotta wait till
we'll get there.
But yeah,
he ended up being cool.
Allie-
but in the
Allie
moment
and-
you're like Lon. Who the
Allie
fuck
and Lon
is
are
this
set
guy?
to marry each other.
Yeah.
And they never even have sex.
Crazy.
I
It's the
never
50s,
even
man.
thought about that. They never did?
Bastards.
Interesting.
Well, see, at least he didn't do that bullshit.
That would have
Yeah.
made me mad if they had a sex scene between Allie and Lon.
You'd
That would have
be-
just ruined it for me. I'd be like,
Fuck this movie.
yeah.
Lon's gotta go. You straight getting all fucking hit up.
And then Noah ends up buying that dream house or whatever.
Oh
That
yeah.
He almost took her virginity.
Well, his
and-
dad
I was
sold
gonna-
his house.
I was
so
gonna
he could
say
do it.
too about like I gotta say this. I hated seeing the mom so fucking stoked that Lon like proposed to her.
that
Yeah,
ball.
they were both off of him.
That
Like,
made me so mad. I'm like, you bitch.
It's the money.
You
he
fucking
had money.
bitch. I
That's
got
where they came
so
from.
heated off.
And I'm
that,
pretty sure
dude.
military had a lot to do
And then
with it
I was gonna
too,
say,
back then.
that
being
kind of ties
military.
into what y'all were saying, dude. As whack as like her parents are, Noah's dad was so fucking sick, dude. He was awesome in the
Yeah,
movie.
because he sells his house, like Tyler said, and gave him that money, and then Noah took his GI money from the military, ends up buying that dream house and was fixing it up with how him and Allie had that conversation earlier in the movie about the perfect house
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, and then the dad freaking dies.
Passes
Oh,
away.
Yeah, that
God.
sucked too.
And I almost see it's hard because the movie is moving at such a great clip, but I almost wish they would have paid like a little more attention to that. Like it just was like he was there and then he was gone and it was just done. I don't know.
But it
Maybe
wasn't
it's
his
just me.
story. It was about.
It
Noah,
wasn't
you
like
know.
it works, but like I wish we had like maybe like one scene where like Noah stepped away and just like you okay, and then like he has that moment, and then it kind of relays the bed. Maybe like an extra 3 minutes, if that. Like,
Just another
something.
sad moment in the
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing though. Is like if they don't do something like that, then
Well-
the shock factor of it when he does, and it's more emotional that way. If
It's
you know
the-
about it before it happens, it's not as emotional.
I didn't even skip.
Yeah, it's the skimming over of Finn and then the dad. Like it works.
So-
And I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying like it would have been cool to see like another version of it where they at least have one scene devoted to the character. Like or like even with her, like I lost my dad, and then like they have an emotional moment where he has something with her, and it's like I haven't even had time to grieve. Like I'd have been down for that. Pile on the sadness.
So then the next scene, you kind of see Noah sees Allie walking, so he jumps off the bus, like chases her down and sees her in like a restaurant or something with her fiance.
How
And
hard
that
would
kind of
that
like
be?
sends him into this mad spiral where he's working like, I think they said like a mad dog on the house, thinking if I get this house perfect, she'll kind of come back to me. So they
Oh, yeah.
kind of flash forward to some scenes, and then Noah finishes the house and is set to sell it, but he won't sell it to
Yeah.
anybody.
Turns down
One
everybody's
dude gives
offer.
him $5,000 more, which is a lot more money than
And
just
he looks so
5,000.
cute. And that little where they're taking his picture in the newspaper,
Oh, yeah.
and he just stands there and looks back at it, and he's like, "I did that."
They-
But he just won't sell the house.
They bust out the shotgun on the one dude.
Yeah,
Like,
because he offered 5,000 over,
Yeah.
and he was like, "If anyone, you're crazy if you're going to offer
He's-
that much."
He was
over.
going Mad Dog drinking Mad Dog.
Which
for
Bethany, I don't know if you want to say it or if you want me to
I don't know what.
about the fire.
Oh yeah, Ryan Gosling
fire.
made like comments to the director that he was like, "I want to burn that fucking house down."
Like actually
Like,
for,
for
the
the
movie.
movie.
And I don't know if you noticed the narrator, but at some point he says he drank for like 10 days and seriously thought about setting it on fire.
Shout
And I think
out.
they might have put that line in there because Ryan Gosling wanted to film it burning down to the ground.
Damn.
sure. Got burned this mother down.
But yeah, he won't sell the house. He wants Allie.
The director didn't want Ryan Gosling to be in this movie because he didn't think he was handsome enough.
No, that's why he wanted him in the movie.
Like, come on, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Like, you don't know handsome, bro. He's-
But yeah, like
Has an
Bethany was talking
argument with
about
him. You're
the
just not cute enough, bro.
newspaper. Allie ends up seeing Noah in the newspaper, and she faints.
Lord.
Yep.
Straight faints, and then ends up leaving to go back to see him, but like doesn't really tell her fiance.
But he was still so cool about it.
He was.
He was still just so chill. He was like, yeah, I mean,
Well, he didn't know where she
'Cause
was
he didn't
going.
know.
Yeah,
She
but
just said,
For her to just go
"I need
away.
to clear my mind." Like,
she didn't give him enough info though. She's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go.
Woman things.
Yeah, and when she says where she's going, he's like, "Really? You're going there? Okay." And that raised like one red flag. He's like, "You know what? I trust my girl, but you shouldn't have, Lon. She's gonna do all that and beyond, Lon." Good Lord.
Can we talk about Martha?
I'm Team Lon, actually.
Martha.
It's happening. I'm just playing.
oh,
Stewart?
the other, the girl.
She's hot.
Is she?
The
Oh,
girl
I
that-
love that character.
Martha
that
Stewart.
Noah was talking
Have
to
you
her
seen
or
her?
whatever.
Yeah, she's all right now.
She's
We're
a
gonna
widow,
get into a
right?
whole new thing.
Is it a widow?
I lost this because we were
Which
talking about
Martha?
Martha Stewart.
We're talking about the Martha that
She's with
Noah
Snoop Dogg
was
now, right?
fucking around with.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
And she comes over when Allie's already there. And he tries to like send her away, but she ends up inviting her
Oh
in.
yeah, that's totally awkward.
She was so sweet.
I love
though.
that character.
She
I
loved
do.
Noah.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. Like, imagine how awkward it was when they first saw each other. Where she like wrecked into the fence and shit. I mean, dude, that would just be
Dumbass.
like,
Women
Which
can't
was an
drive.
accident.
They can't.
That was not supposed to happen. That was
Was
like a blooper they kept in the movie.
really?
What is it?
Oh snap!
I love this movie so much. Poor boyfriends of mine in high school because they all did not know why I was so aggravated with them all the time, but it was because in my head I was setting expectations for them.
way too high.
Thank you, Noah.
Yeah,
And they had no idea why. I
You're
was
wanting
so
some guy to hang off a Ferris wheel with one arm for you, and they weren't willing to give that.
yeah. If you're a bird, I'm a bird. No one ever said that shit to me.
It's such a good quote.
You just break down crying one day in like 10th grade, like, I just want you to talk to me about as if I was a bird. Or like, what is going on right now? That's what I would have said. Yeah, dude. Women, man.
One scene
It's
I
a
really
tough
like
Sorry.
is
You're
where
good,
they flash back to Noah when he's older and his family comes
Yeah.
and they sit around outside with their mom, but like she doesn't know those are her kids or anything.
Yeah, that's because my grandma had Alzheimer's, and it's the worst disease in the world. Just the kids were like, she doesn't even know us. You need to come home, Dad. She didn't recognize us and stuff. That hit me. I was like,
And then
damn, dude.
what he said right there, I forgot the quote exactly, but what he says like makes me tear up.
Yeah,
He's
she's like-
"This is my home now," or something like that.
Yeah.
like that makes me tear up.
He's talking about his girl. He's like, that's my baby in there. I'm just like,
Like, oh my
damn,
God.
son. He cares.
But I
Over
think
there like, I'm a man.
I think that's the scene where you first, for sure, like they say that they were married or whatever. Like before that, it's
Yeah.
all speculation. But in that scene, you realize, okay, they're married. Those are the kids and everything. You kind of see where the story's going.
100%, man. And even though it's still fuck Lon, dude, that does kind of suck for him. Like, fuck. Like, his whole situation.
He was a nice guy.
Can
He
you
didn't-
imagine?
He didn't really do anything wrong.
I know, that's what
but,
I'm
like, you
saying.
hate him.
Like, it's fuck him because you're just watching it from a movie perspective. You're like, that's not Noah. But it's one of those things where, like, dude, like, if you look at it, like, really, like, there's nothing wrong with old James Marsden, dude. He's just sitting there, like, what did I do? I proposed, and this guy comes out of nowhere. I didn't even fathom that this could happen.
I think
He didn't
Lon
even break
should have
down like
ended up
that,
with
yeah.
Martha.
Just flip it around.
Yeah.
Noah's like, don't worry, bro.
Take
You
my
can have her. Yeah, take my trash. That's the way you say it. That's right. Noah still gets.
What
yeah.
does? Leftovers? They're sometimes better.
Spaghetti for sure.
Right. Oh shit, dude.
What you got next?
And honestly, dude, where she's doing the painting and all that, he's over there doing the whole like arrow shit, and then the mom
So
shows
sweet.
up at the front door. That she acted way too calm. If that was me and I was in her situation, I would have probably shit myself right there.
And she was in a blanket.
Yeah, she was just like, ooh, like I would have been like, oh my god, mom, I'm still with my husband. I don't know why. Like I would have had something. Like she was just like, just accept it.
But before that, Noah and Allie had that little fight, and Noah's like, I wrote you every day for a year.
Yeah, she asked
on the
her
boat.
Yeah, that,
why he didn't write her.
Yeah, he's like, I wrote you every day for, and then they had that
Tyler's
awesome
like,
Amazing
scene, dude.
kiss.
Yeah, he's like, it's
Amazing.
not over. It's still not
Yeah.
over. And then just
And then
fucking
they
Ryan
went and
got
had sex.
perfect.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
that
she
hit.
wanted more. She was like, that's what I missed for
That's
the past
what I've
7
been-
years.
the lawn shit, dude. That's what
He's like, I put it down.
I think that's where I came in with that, because after that I was like, fucking lawn, dude, that sucks for him.
But yeah, Allie's mom, they go for a drive.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
and
dude.
her mom goes and shows her. They go to like a lumberyard almost. It seemed like she's like, that guy right there. Like me and him used to be in love 25
Yeah.
years ago. Kind of the same thing that
yeah.
Allie and Noah are going through.
You get to
She-
see the human side of her mom.
Yes, that's when her mom kind
She
of
didn't
starts to
want
come
the
around,
same
and you're kind of
thing.
like,
Yeah, she basically takes her to a lumberyard and shows her that she's a psychopath that watches a younger lover.
because
From years ago.
she says every once in a while,
Yeah.
I'll stop by here.
Like,
and
can
just
you
watch
imagine?
him.
She's just over there with binoculars, like, how's he doing? Eating like a single chip. Mm.
But yeah, and then
Look at that eye candy. Like,
but
if
then-
that's creepy. That if it was a guy doing that and the tables were turned, somebody call the cops. That's what it would be.
But then Allie's mom ends up giving her all the letters.
Yeah.
So at least she didn't throw them away for the. Yes, that's where the
But why
mom
keep
kinda,
She's
them in
still
the
a
first
cunt.
place? Why did she even keep them?
I don't know. I think
One day.
it's Allie's dad that was kind of controlling the mom in that sense.
I don't know. There was a few
No.
times I thought he was
No.
cool as a fan.
No, there was a lot of times the mom felt like she was pushing it a little more to me. It goes back and forth, but the mom
But
did so much pushing.
I'm not saying that the dad had the thumb, but he's got the money, so she's going to stay in line so he doesn't divorce her and she doesn't have. It's more of that control.
Well, no, I think she's sympathetic to it. I think she doesn't want the same situation, but she's also, by showing that she still like has feelings for that guy, she's sympathetic to the situation, so she doesn't feel right throwing him away. Even though she's doing it, she has some guilt to it, so she can't completely toss him to like the dust. Okay, cool, awesome. Hey, yeah, you know what's up. Okay.
Yeah, but then Allie's mom basically tells her she's got to choose. She's got to choose between Noah or Lon.
I mean, imagine how hard that would be for everyone in that love triangle. Horrible.
Can't believe she picked Lon.
That
Ruined the
fucking
movie.
bitch, dude. I swear to God, Lon.
But yeah, and then so she chooses Noah, and then it kind of flashes back to the now, and the old Allie like
didn't
starts
even-
remembering everything.
That's why he's reading to her.
Yep, to
that note
trigger.
See,
It's like, keep reading to me and I'll come back.
what about with Lon though, dude? Like, it felt like she was like maybe gonna choose him, or at least we're gonna see some exposition, and then it just cuts, and then she's at his
There was
place.
a point in time I thought she was going to choose Lon and he was going to go to Martha.
Well, I feel like we should. Maybe there's a deleted scene and it didn't work as well, but I feel like we should have got.
Well, no, because it's a part of
a.
a book.
Hmm?
It's from a book, so it's going to have to be the same ending as.
No, no, I'm not talking about the same ending. And first off, it doesn't have to be verbatim. I'm saying that
Word for word.
it's just kind of like he kind of wins her over. Like, look, I understand. You're going to have like your first love and all this. And he's like, right? And she kind of has to look at him like, okay. And then it cuts to her there. Like, I feel like there's a part of the movie missing right there where I'm like, well, what happened? Like, I'm curious, like, because I almost feel like they were like, this is good, but I don't really know how we're going to close this chapter, so fuck it, just cut it and she can be over here. And that works too. But there is a part of me that wishes, like, I saw her conversation with him. I'm like, look, I do love you, but this is kind of
Like,
how
we would
I
have liked
feel.
some drama with Lon.
Yeah, like there was not, it just kind of was, boom, there it is.
Well, like before that, they have the scene where Allie comes back and he's like, "What?" He's telling her like, "What do you want? Don't worry
Yeah.
about what your mom
Yeah,
or Lon or
exactly.
anything. What do you want? You know, deep down she wants."
Yeah, I love that food meme they did with that. Have you not seen that? Where it's the meme, it's just like, it's about, like, what do you want to
Oh,
eat?
yeah.
And he's like, what do you want? No, seriously, what do you want? She's like, I'm just confused. I don't know. What do you want? And he's like losing his mind. But no, this came after it. It was Lon. And then he kind of had the conversation like, look, I know you're going to have like high school sweethearts. You're going to have that person that still has your heart.
Yeah,
but
but-
I'm still here for you. And then it just cuts to her being with him. And then it goes forward with her being with him.
Yeah, well, after he was like, "What do you want?" she drives off with the notes or the letters, and then she like almost wrecks, and she reads the letter, and then she breaks down, and then that's when she goes and sees Lon, and
Yeah.
and then it cuts back to
Exactly.
That's
But
what-
Lon had a moment where it felt like he kind of had a breakthrough for her. And I feel like I didn't see
but
her.
She knew
be
what she
like-
was gonna do.
See, I didn't though.
But
did
then,
not.
so
I need to see
Allie
it.
was remembering the older Allie of everything, and you hear Noah say, "Last time it only lasted like 5 minutes." So you knew that she was going to snap out of it at one point, and then she does, and that's a hard scene to watch. Like her freaking out, like, "Why'd you just call me baby? Get away from me!" And then the nurses had to come in, and they gave her something.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, he's over on the bed.
That
I'm
would have
like,
been.
yeah.
Imagine, oh, dude.
He's like, last time we only had 5 minutes or about 5, and it just happens like, wait, baby, what? Yeah, that shit.
That would've been
Yeah, that tore my heart out a bit.
What else you got?
Of course, the heart attack again or whatever happened
and
to
they
him.
move him.
And then, of course, he comes back again because Noah's a G. Definitely not Nolan.
I think at the end, whenever he's walking to her room, the nurse is like,
That's what I was going to say.
yeah, the nurse is like, you can't do that, but I'm going to go get coffee and I'll be back. And it'll be a while.
Wink, wink.
I think he knew like tonight's might be my last night alive. That's how I got that vibe.
Yeah.
And then he goes in there and he cuddles up with her and she remembers everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then
She's like, "You think our love can
yeah, he's like, I think
do
our
miracles or something?"
he's like, I think our love can do anything. And
they hold hands.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude, this movie. It's so fucking good.
Someone else.
And then they pass away.
I have to ask, did any of you cry?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Really?
Cry?
Like,
I had
Well,
tears.
like
I had
have to wipe
tears.
a tear off your face?
Yeah,
At least
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
There's
I think
like 2 scenes.
there
where,
was like
my
a-
eyes get watery.
Mhm.
2 times?
Yeah, there was like, I can't remember exactly what. There was a couple scenes where maybe like that one tear leaked down. You're like, I ain't no
I'm not
bitch,
like
bro.
bawling,
I
but
ain't no
like
bitch,
my eyes
bro.
definitely.
Dude,
Snap
it got
away.
me like 4 different times in the movie. Yeah. It's this movie is unbelievable.
I
I mean,
feel
it's
you.
like the top tier romantic movie.
It's in
in
my
my
top
opinion.
10. I'm just playing.
What we got for scores? You want to go first, Tyler? Since you're
Yeah,
off camera, you want someone else to go?
I'll go. Give me a second. I love this movie. This is my favorite romantic movie. I give it an 8.8.
For
That's
10, that's the best rated movie you gave yet.
No,
That's
this
fair.
movie
That's fair.
this movie has everything except action. Really, there's a little bit of comedy.
I don't
It
know.
just-
When they
it's
come out with that
perfect.
sequel where Lon fights Noah, you're gonna get that.
Shit.
What you got, Rodney?
Test your mind.
Oh yeah, Notebook's a classic for me. I give it a 8.5 for sure.
8.5. Okay. I guess
Beautiful.
I'm the low man on the totem pole here. I give it a 7.7.
Oh my God.
I know.
Why?
I know it's a better movie than that, but this is my rating. Like for me personally, it's a 7. That's a good score. 7.7 is a good score.
it's
Okay.
it's a
Mhm.
really good score.
Oh,
like-
I don't know. I don't understand your
I'm not-
scoring system. So.
I'm not picking this movie up all the time.
Well,
to
it's
watch
out
it.
of 10.
10's the best.
9's great.
She's like 7.7 out of 50. Y'all are trash.
So yeah, I
Worse
like this
than
movie,
Noah.
but personally, I'm not picking this movie up.
Dude,
very
you're gonna
often to
close the
watch it.
notebook on it though. That was very poetic.
you got,
You
Brandon?
should have went last. I'll do mine that way. I am 8.0 out of 10. And honestly, the last
close.
time I watched it, like maybe like 5 months ago, after haven't seen it since like high school, I was like more in the 7.3 to 7.7 range, somewhere in there. But this time it bumped up to great because last time I watched it, I was like, this is almost like a little too cliche almost. There's a little too much going on. And then it just kind of sunk in better because, like, at the end of the day, it's such a fucking amazing story that
You know it's
grips
a true
you.
story.
Yes, it's a true story. I really don't know that for sure.
No,
I
it
think I
is.
heard something about that. 8.9.
Makes me feel so much worse. Like
It is Nicholas
Well,
Sparks. It's about his
probably-
wife's grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm almost certain it's about his wife's grandparents.
Okay.
Interesting. I know we're putting you on the spot. Out of 10.
A 9.
9 out of 10.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever have a movie that's a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
me
also.
either.
I don't think there's a perfect movie.
I'm not the guy that's afraid to like, oh, like I like girly shit, anything like that. I've never been that guy, but for whatever reason, like love stories don't necessarily captivate me. I love love stories within like movies where they're not supposed to be, kind of like a true romance. But I don't like just flat out the whole movie's a love story. That just type of genre doesn't really vibe with me. But for this movie, like that's a knock it out of the park for this kind of genre. An 8 out of 10
Sweet.
did the trick.
You want to plug the Instagram?
Well, like,
You got something to
I
say?
compare it, whenever I watch a romantic comedy, I compare it to this one. Like it's No book
Yeah,
ones.
I mean, this could be top of the line for me. I just don't think there's many great ones. When
All
I
right.
watch love stories, I'm just like, it's good.
All right,
Yeah,
follow
The
us.
Crow.
Follow us on Instagram at the official Box
Like I said.
Office Banner. Facebook at Box Office Banner Movies. Just join the group, invite your friends. It's a fun group. Post whatever you want, movie related.
It's a pile of shit, really. You don't have to.
YouTube, Box Office Banter. Every video we make goes up there. And Spotify at the official Box Office Banner. Listen to us anytime, anywhere. Thank you.
You got it, dude.